2025 Lowrider S with the 117 high output engine, new for 2025. This red color is really cool. I like this red. It's awesome. It's got the red accents here and also on the timing cover. Now, it's not a VVT, but it does have that VVT look to that timing cover there. Dual disc brakes, inverted front show of forks, and of course you have the little bikini fairing, all LED lights for 2025. Then we have a new tail light assembly, got the Harley-Davidson logo built right in, LED all the way around, which is fantastic. New 2-into-1 exhaust system. We used to have the 2-into-2 shotgun exhaust, but now it's 2-into-1. Have an adjustment underneath the seat for the new mono shock that the factory's put on. So we'll test that out to see if I can perceive any difference in the handling with the new shock system setup. And of course, the big news is going to be the electronics. But let's mount up. I'm 6 foot tall and 32-inch inseam, and my Indy Ridge boots are flat on the ground. And I got a nice little knee bend. So very easy. And the seat, as I sit into it, it's got this little like catcher's mitt cup that I'm experiencing, so it's keeping me very alert, but very engaged there. But here's the new gauge. Now with the S in the past years, we did get the round gauge, 2022, 23, 24, but we didn't get ride modes. So we have now ride modes and a 6-axis EMU that handles wheelie lift mitigation, traction control, all that kind of good stuff. And we're going to be in sport mode right now. Let's go to rain mode. We'll start out there. We got rain, road, and sport, 3 modes. Not a big deal. But as you toggle through the menu button using this right here, you'll see that we do have our TPMS, which is a part of that electronics package. So we have 35 in the front, 41 in the rear. Our total mileage 420, trip A, trip B, remaining 147 miles, clock, and our RPM, which is nice. So we're in neutral, got traction control. We'll put that on, and let's check out the exhaust. Nice. You got your left indicator here, right indicator here. Your buttons for your lights are right up top. Got that confirm clank in the first. And away we go. Yeah, I like how that seat fits me better than the Street Bob. The Street Bob seat does. I like this better. Yeah. A little bit more aggressive seating position than the Street Bob. I'm a little bit more forward, a little bit more leaned over, which is what I would expect to be for some type of performance cruiser bike, which is what I feel the Lowrider S is all about. Brakes grab great, but this is a whole lot more fun to ride, more engagement than the Street Bob. The gear shifting is a lot more immediate, more present, more responsive. Woo! Yeah, we get to light her up. That exhaust note sounds fantastic. Yeah, I think I'm going to change my mind. I thought the Street Bob was out of the Lowrider S and the Street Bob, I felt that the Street Bob was giving me the most vibes that connected with me. And not so much anymore after riding this. I think how this seat puts me in is engaging me, and it's actively saying, look, ride me, push me, do things to me, and I like that. I like that. And for whatever reason, I guess it's the high output engine, that cam, that is built into this from the factory. It's not as luggy as the Street Bob. I'm at 2300 in fourth gear. Slap it down to third. Yeah, it doesn't feel as vibey. And some of the Street Bob infatuation has been colored by years past. You know, the demo rides that I've done in the past. And I know that I didn't really enjoy the Lowrider S foot peg height, and I still don't. This is like the Street Bob, it's high up. If you're a taller guy, you're sitting, you know, your knees are higher up. And unless you have a bunking bar to stretch out on, or some type of mini floorboard maybe, I don't know. That sounds good. But yeah, you have your adjustable suspension preload in the front, in the rear as well. You have a riser. So it's a small riser. It's like a 4-inch riser. Personally, I'd like to see, I would probably have an 8 or a 10-inch myself. I really enjoyed the 10-inch on the Sport Chief. That was a factory option from Indian, and that height seemed just about right. I have an 8-inch on my Sportster, and this is a 4-inch riser, and so I can feel it is a little bit lower. And lower only allows you to be a little bit more sporty. Any more higher, you get more cruisery. But this just feels really good. It's a good balance of cruising and performance. Whew. Yeah, this is what it's for right here, is the twisties. Yeah, oh, that feels good. Much better than the Street Bob. Yeah. You know, I got the Sportster S in front of me. I've ridden that before. Not the 2025 model. I rode the 2023. And it was fun to ride on twisties. But there's something about air-cooled only Milwaukee 8s that just trump anything water-cooled from any brand, in my opinion. And this has it. We got adjustable levers now with the Softail upgrades for 2025. I'm going to go ahead and put this in road mode and see what happens. I was enjoying that in rain for too long. So that goes to tell you right there, you know, if you're a newer rider, and I've only been riding, this is my 4th year of riding, so I call myself a novice rider. You know, I got, what, 23,000 miles of experience on 2 separate bikes, a Sportster and an Evo Heritage from 1996. So that's my experience. And if you were a newer rider, a little bit nervous, and you wanted to get the Lowrider S because that's your dream bike, throw it in rain mode and ride it like that until you get comfortable. Low speed control is excellent. Yeah, I feel very planted on this. You know, I said doing my Heritage review, which I rode right before this bike, I said that's the most planted feel that I'll ever have on a Softail, and I still feel that way. The seating position on a Heritage is much more comfortable, but it's designed for longer rides. This, the way the seat is set up, this is my round town ripper. I don't see a need really to change out to a Saddleman seat. You know, this seat feels really good. Yeah, it wouldn't be my first upgrade. Like when I got my Iron 83, the first thing I changed out, the first thing I bought accessory-wise was a Saddleman seat. I got the Renegade seat because the look and feel of the stock seat was terrible. This is fantastic. Really impressed. And rider position, You know, I have a very slight elbow bend, but the way I'm pushed more forward than I am on the street, than I was on the street bob, so I don't feel like I'm reaching. I feel it's the proper length. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is going to be a hard year to pick which one's going to be the best Softail, and I haven't even ridden the touring models yet. This feels a lot better than my past experience on a 2023 stock Lowrider S, and as fun, very close to the fun I had on the 2024 Stage 4 that I rode. Both of those videos linked below if you want to get the full picture of my experience with the Lowrider S platform. But yeah, road feels good. Well, let's go flick it into sport. Slow down a little bit, maybe. Good engine braking. Oh, yeah. You pull the throttle a little bit, and when the bike knows that you're accelerating on purpose and it wasn't whiskey throttle, it just clicks up a gear. But it's funny, the first like couple 1/1000s, 2/1000s as you're rolling on the throttle, it holds back just a little bit. But then all of a sudden a burst of energy comes. And I wonder if that's the IMU doing its thing. Everybody's humming about it. It's like, yeah. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, that sounds good. That 2-in-1 exhaust. I'm so glad they went to 2-in-1. Everybody uses 2-in-1 exhaust. I mean, that's the preferred exhaust of the modern times. You get more horsepower, and it just sounds good, stock or otherwise. So I'm glad Harley did that. But the way I'm pushed a little bit more forward than the street bob actually feels more comfortable. And I'm not concerned about my legs being up as high as I was with the street bob. Let's see if we can duck a corner here. Hello, can we go? Woo! Yeah, that seat holds you in. I mean, I could see a situation where it may not hold me in as well as a step-up seat from Saddleman, but I don't know, maybe. Let's see how this works in the twisties here. Wow. Oh yeah, it's so flickable. Woo! Oh gosh, this is great. Mirror wise, no problem. I haven't even adjusted them. I'm seeing everything behind me, a little bit of my elbow, not much. If I got taller risers, went to 8-inch risers or 10-inch, then that issue would be taken care of then. Wind wise, with the bikini fairing, I'm getting a little bit of wind on the chin of my helmet, it feels like, but no issues whatsoever. I think it does better with wind than that Pan America ST did for me. And of course, with the 2-in-1 exhaust, as we look at the Lowrider ST in front of me, the bags are now even. We have even bags. So, as men, we like things even when they come in pairs. And so now you have the option to put the ST bags on your S, obviously. And of course, Harley is now making a whole bunch of different style saddlebags that have moved away from what we were subjected to in the 2000s, early 2000s, and they have copied some of the custom bag options that have been out for the last 5-10 years that you see in the custom scene, primarily like the Defender bags and the Leather Pros bags. Those are bags that have been popular to add to your FXR and your FXDX Dynas. in the past 10 years. So now Harley has those options for you. Oh yeah, this is fantastic. This is way better than the Street Bob. I know the Street Bob's $17,199. Lowrider S is 19 something. If you had to compare the two, it's Lowrider S for me. I've ridden both today, and I feel a lot more comfortable on how this Lowrider S is set up in comparison to the Street Bob. This is a lot more refined. The fit and finish is good. The only complaint I have is, Harley, if you're watching, can we put a medallion? Figure out how you can stick something, a medallion right there, you know, something that says HD on it, whatever, because I'm tired of looking at that Allen. If you're an aftermarket company, can you make something? I'll buy that, please, and just stick it in there. Every time I ride one of these, I'll just stick it in there. So that's my only pet peeve, besides the foot peg height, which can be resolved by going with forward controls. Yeah, that first gear, you got tons of power in that first gear. It's a very tall gear. Now, one thing I've noticed for this year is that the heavy breather that you get on the 117, this Lowrider S, does not come in contact with my shin at all. And I'm glad that that is the case. When I rode the Breakout in 2023, that wasn't the case. I had issues, and I had to splay myself out. And of course, that's forward controls. Now, if I had forward controls on this, which some people like to do, because in Florida, you know, we don't have a lot of twisties. We go around lakes, and that's our twisties, or those man-made things that we just, traffic islands, those are our twisties. So, you know, it makes sense to have forward controls if you're going to ride this bike a lot long distance. I can definitely see the way the foot pegs are higher, because this bike is truly made for someone around 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", with this foot peg placement. You know, so your FXDLS guys, your Marvel Kid 87, Blockhead, those are all small, short-statured guys. And that's why they love these bikes. And for us long-legged, taller guys, you know, it becomes an issue. So riding with forward controls, if you're going to make this into a cruising touring bike, would be apropos. I mean, no one's going to say, hey, why'd you do that? Because it's for comfort, to make it tour. But around town, nah, it's fine the way it is. I had no problems. It feels substantial as well, not lethargic and heavy. It just feels like I'm on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, where the Street Bob, because maybe the tank is 3.1 gallon, it's a little bit lighter than this bike, but the Lowrider S, 5-gallon tank, the controls, the quarter fairing is, or little bikini fairing is filled out inside. It just feels good. It feels quality. And cruising at just under 3,000 in third gear, going 50, it just feels like I have tons of power. And the bike's just like, let me go, master. Let me go. But shout out to Seminole Harley-Davidson. It does cost them money to have the demo truck at their store. It's not a free thing. It does cost them money. They got to pay for all the gas, and they got to pay for the driver, and so there's a fee that they pay. They're paying for that, so we can bring you this fantastic content, these ride reviews, because Kenny Quest is a growing channel, if you haven't noticed, and we'd like to grow more, because maybe at some point down the road, if Harley can take the truth. What's going on here? It's a 5.0 convention. Oh, they're visiting the chop shop. But at some point, you know, it would not behoove Harley to invite Kenny Quest out to one of their press junctions. And I'm sure we'll get there you know, once my subscriber base gets up to 50,000 or so. But right now we're about to hit 6,000, so we got a little ways to go. But I would appreciate, just go ahead and hit that like button there and subscribe if you haven't already, so we can grow this channel and show Harley-Davidson that we have the subscriber base that are interested in Harley-Davidson content, because I ride 2 Harleys, and that's pretty much what my channel is about, is me riding Harley-Davidsons, enjoying the Harley-Davidson lifestyle. Woo! Aha! Yeah! Let's see what we got. Yeah! Now, of course, we're getting a lot of wind, but I'm loving it. We could go a lot faster. But I feel like the way that my sitting position is and my arms, I feel like I'm on a dirt bike, you know, kind of position. Got my elbows up a little bit. So it feels very natural. I feel very much in control. And it's fun. Yeah, I'm really surprised how much fun I'm having on this Lowrider S, and how much fun I was not having on it a couple of years ago. So I don't know, just my riding experience. I've doubled my riding experience in that time. So maybe that's what it's all about. Woo! She gets up there. Like I said, there's that little short ramp up time, and then it just kicks in. So that's something that's new that I haven't experienced before. I've experienced it on other brands, and primarily because those other brands had computers. Is that cop still up there? I'll have to find out. Nope, no police. Woohoo! Yeah, buddy. Woo! This is fun. Yeah, they got this tuned way different. It's more like the Stage 4 that I rode a few years ago than it was the stock version. Yeah, if you own one of those 2020, 21, 22, 23s, you need to get yourself a cam in that 114. Or just go ahead and get a Stage 4 kit. You already spent the majority of the money. Just that little extra icing is going to give you a bigger smile and a more continuous smile. Woo! Yeah, buddy. All right. 2025 Lowrider S. What an enjoyable ride. Yeah, I think this is the ticket. This is the most improved Softail of 2025, carrying over from the previous years. Whatever this 117 high output has inside of it is just the chef's kiss. That 2-into-1 exhaust, it's unbelievable. This is a Lowrider S worthy of adding to the stable. And if you got one of those 2020s, 21, 22s, like I said, get a cam in it, do a Stage 4 kit, and then you'll have yourself a motorcycle like this right here. All right, guys, thanks for watching this one. I got 2 more ride videos right up here on the screen for you. One here, one there. Enjoy. I'll see you there. Take care. Yeah, what's the package on this?
Got the Screaming Eagle, Stage 3. It's 122, and I'm just gonna let you do your thing.
Sure.
I'm gonna be quiet over here while you do your bit.
He's recording this. We're not allowed to do this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you recording?
Sheesh.